Now, Larry, you've said in the past, including on our program, that you think genuine tax reform would really be stimulative. It would cause growth to re-engage in the United States. What's different about what they're pursuing from what would really give us genuine growth?
Genuine tax reform that substantially simplified the code, that increased incentives for investment in equipment. I think that encouraged bringing back in a permanent way large amounts of cash from abroad. That could have meaningful benefit for the economy. But I don't see that developing in the proposals that are under discussion. And I think there's a risk that some of the proposals, like the emphasis on territorial taxation without a global minimum, would operate primarily to encourage more businesses to do more things abroad rather than in the United States. Real tax reform would concentrate on the various practices, whether it's earnings stripping or transfer pricing, that enable companies to avoid taxes by locating profits abroad, and in particular in tax havens. That's where we should be cooperating with our trading partners so that mobile companies can't pit one country against another. This is, when you're in a race to the bottom, the right thing to do is to try to change the rules. The Trump strategy is to say we're in a race to the bottom and then try to win.
So, Larry, can I infer then that you think the second quarter GDP of 3% is A, not good enough, and B, not sustainable? Because 3% is pretty good.
Sure. And everybody serious knows that policy determines GDP with lags of 6 months to a year. So nothing that's happening is sensibly yet attributable to the actions that are taken by the Trump administration. I was careful to say throughout that I was not predicting, as some who don't like the president's policies were, that we would go rapidly into recession this year. So I don't think that GDP growth figure is any kind of referendum on the president's policies. I think a lot of it has to do with catch-up from a very slow first quarter for a variety of technical reasons, and that there's nothing in the data that is suggesting to any serious observer that 3% growth on a sustained basis is in the cards over the next 5 to 10 years.